I clap, clap, clap. Are you recording on your camera?
Yeah, cool. Yeah.
Check twice. Okay. Oh my god! Right. No. I'll put that in the damn video. Put that in the damn video. The number of we've had it where we were filming something and we filmed an entire hour-long video, only for at the end for him to go, "I wasn't recording."
We've been doing YouTube
keep having to check.
And it makes me second guess every time. I'm gonna get up and look.
Oh, the fact that you stood up as soon as I said it, you went, "Oh."
And the sad part is, when I hit the record button, I sat there and watched it go up for about 5 seconds before I actually walked away too. I should have trusted it. I don't trust it now. All right, Matt. So the other day we went through a Rotten Tomatoes list of all the Disney Pixar films. There was 28 of them, I believe.
Yeah.
They have another list, and this one is all 49 of DreamWorks animated films.
Based on the Rotten Tomatoes score.
Yes. So this is off of the tomato meter.
Right. Yeah. That ever reliable thing.
Ranked from worst to best, so I figure let's have a go.
Okay, have they included that new one? There's a new one. It's like a dog person or something. Dog man?
There's
Something
a
like
possibility.
I've not seen it.
Funnily enough, I don't think I've seen half of DreamWorks films.
I was going to say, I didn't think they did 49, but alright, let's have a look.
I could probably name 10. Alright, so 49, I can name 49. I actually love Shark Tale. I'm a little mad that it's this low.
Wow, Shark Tale's the worst one.
Yeah.
Shark Tale's the worst one. I mean, it's bad. It's bad. But, like, it has its funny moments.
I want to hear this one. Why do you think it's bad?
It's mainly the CGI fish. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
it's mainly the fish. It's main. I don't know who in the process of making Shark Tale thought, let's take their faces and turn them into fish. I don't know who thought that, but whoever did that is an idiot, and I hope they got fired. But like, it's
they definitely could have kept it as the actual fish, like Finding Nemo did.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good film. I don't think it deserves to be last. There's probably way worse DreamWorks films than this, surely.
I grew up with Shark Tale. I really enjoyed Shark Tale.
Okay.
So,
I mean, we got a 35%. Wow, we got 35% from them. Jeez, that's bad.
They really didn't like that. Apparently, they don't like fish faces that look human.
Well, apparently not. Jesus.
Well, don't watch Thomas the Tank. Either way,
Right.
number 48 is Shrek the Third.
Wow, that's surprising. I mean, for me, I've only seen the first 3. I don't know if there's more.
5 is getting ready to release.
Really? Interesting. I've only seen the first 3. I will agree that out of the first 3, the third is the worst.
Yeah.
By far.
But I didn't.
Wow.
And I'm the same as you. I've only seen 3.
Yeah.
I haven't even seen the Puss in Boots spinoff.
Oh, it's so good.
Is it?
I've seen bits of it. I've not seen the whole thing. I need to sit down and watch all of it, but the bits I've seen, it's so good. But okay, Shrek the Third. Wow, that's wild.
47.
Oh, I don't like where they've put that. No, I disagree. Hard to disagree.
So this is going to go into one of those where I could probably say I've seen less than half of them. I've never watched Sinbad.
Yeah.
I know of it.
DreamWorks have this ability, I don't know how they do it, of being able to take the most boring ideas or like old stories and make them awesome. I don't know how they did it. Like they, do you know what? Do you know what I think because Disney sort of like claimed ownership of all of like the classic fairy tales, DreamWorks just went, right, well, we'll have all the other fairy tales then.
Yeah.
And so like they grabbed Sinbad. Sinbad's amazing. The bad guy in Sinbad is iconic.
I think it's very easy to say that DreamWorks and like Disney and Pixar are pretty much like Apple versus Windows or Xbox, PlayStation. They worked with what they had to keep up with the competition.
Yeah. Like as well, like Sinbad's got an amazing cast. Brad Pitt is Sinbad.
Is he really?
Catherine Zeta-Jones is the love interest, and Michelle Pfeiffer is the bad guy. Like, it's such a stacked cast.
Wow. No, I didn't know.
I don't understand why that's 47th.
I wonder if they say why. The critics' consensus is competent but not magical. Well, go to Disney if you want magic.
I mean, I know some other DreamWorks movies that exist, and they do not deserve to be above Sinbad. And I'm pretty sure I've just seen 46. That's one of them.
Let's see. Boss Baby Family Business. They had a sequel?
Yeah. Yeah, they got a sequel, they got a TV show, they got all sorts, man.
So,
Boss Baby,
money grabbers.
The entire Boss Baby franchise does not deserve to exist. It does not deserve to exist.
Yeah.
Anytime we see Boss Baby on this list, I'm going to go, no.
Oh, come on. The first one was good. It was hilarious.
It was okay.
I'm not going to put it at a number one spot, but come on. I thought it was hilarious.
It was okay. It's not better than Sinbad.
I can't speak on that one. 45, Spirit Untamed. I didn't watch any of the Spirits.
No, I've not seen it.
44. I want to hear your opinion on 44. The Road to El Dorado at number 44. It's a predictable story, dude, and the thin characters made the movie flat.
So I'm having to swallow a lot of rage here.
Well, you can sit in the corner with the My Hero Academia fans.
My son is sleeping next door. My son is sleeping next door. My son is sleeping next door. Don't shout. Don't shout. Don't shout. That is the stupidest thing I think I've ever seen on any of these lists. I've seen some genuinely stupid takes on these lists that we've done. That is just horrendous. The Road to El Dorado is one of the best movies that DreamWorks have put out.
So I haven't even seen it, and I know that's a hot take. It's a bunch of bull.
That is a hot take. Like, what's the consensus? Predictable story and thin characters. That's why you said that.
That's why I said it.
It's not a predictable story in the slightest. And thin characters?
They seem hilarious from what I've seen.
I'm sorry, but she is anything but thin. She's thick. Oh my god.
There's a reason why millennial taste in women is the way it is.
Oh yeah.
Animation Studios knew what they were doing. Well, let's see what the B movie is at number 43. That needs to be a lot lower.
It's very memeable, but it's
do you like jazz?
Do you like jazz? It's very memeable, but also the B movie is one of the weirdest films to me because it's one of those where the quote unquote bad guy or whatever, he's right. The boyfriend or the guy who's trying. I've not seen it. I've seen bits of it, but this bee is full on hitting on this human woman.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy is seen as the bad guy for thinking this is not okay.
So I've never seen it. I can very much say I've seen less than you have. I've seen snippets, memes here and there. But
the B movie is no. There's
I have no interest in watching
it. Fully watched the B movie.
Yeah. Well, it's better than El Dorado, apparently.
Yeah. All right. Sure. I've not seen Home, but I've heard it's okay.
Number 42, Home. I have seen it. I saw it when it first came out. It had come to DVD, and I watched it at a friend's house. It's not bad. It's laughable, memeable. Yeah.
It's a out of a list of 49, it's 42 worthy. Would you say?
Maybe a little bit higher, because I do know some of the other DreamWorks films, and I think they could rank lower than this. 30s, I'd be okay with.
Boss Baby, perhaps.
Boss
Baby, 41.
Nah, no.
Good.
El Dorado, 46.
El Dorado is instantly made me very angry with this list, but I'm gonna ignore it and just go that I'm gonna remember that quite often on Rotten Tomatoes the critics' score is wildly different to the viewer's score.
It's so terrible. These guys,
bad, right?
It's you
have viewer scores of 92 and review scores of 36. It's ridiculous.
That's why
no.
The funny part is everybody hated the original Justice League movie, and I'm like, I didn't think it was that bad, but everybody loved Batman vs Superman, and I thought it was trash.
I thought everybody hated Batman versus Superman. I didn't. I thought Batman versus Superman was stupid.
Yeah.
And I thought Justice League was boring.
It was boring, but I didn't think it was as bad as, yeah, I didn't think it was as bad as everybody gave it.
Yeah, that's definitely a topic for another day. But
so 41, Boss Baby.
Do one, Rotten Tomatoes, do one. Why is this nonsense at 40?
Number 40 is Madagascar. You know what that means? That means all the other spin-offs are higher. I don't like any of the Madagascar spin-offs. Love Madagascar. It's hilarious.
No, I would agree. Madagascar is one of those weird ones where I'd say all three of them are kind of like equal level sort of thing. Madagascar 1 is very funny. Madagascar 3 is very funny.
Is it?
Madagascar 2 it's okay.
I've never been interested in any of the spin-offs, the Penguins, none of it.
The Penguins one is a funny film, but it's odd, but it's funny.
Speaking of Shrek 4.
I have seen Shrek 4. I've seen this.
I feel like I've seen
It's rubbish. It's awful. Why is it higher?
Well, it's because it's better than El Dorado.
Shrek 3? And
Trolls. I've no interest in watching the Trolls movie. That's number 38.
That's the second Trolls.
Is it? No, yeah. Trolls band together.
Yeah.
Which means the first one ranks
Madagascar 37 is Madagascar 2. Okay. I mean, Madagascar 2 is okay. I think it's worse than Madagascar 1, but yeah.
36 is Ruby Gillman, Teenage Kraken. I've never even heard of that.
I've heard of it, but I've not seen it. It's basically a Kraken goes to school and like there's a mermaid. It's like mermaids and Krakens both exist, and like everyone loves mermaids, but it turns out the mermaids are the bad guys and the Krakens are the good guys. Something like that.
What in the Percy Jackson is going on?
It's very odd, yeah. Turbo.
Number 35. Yeah.
Fair enough. Turbo is very much a middle of the list sort of one.
Is Turbo just the DreamWorks version of Cars? That's what I'm getting out of it.
Essentially. What you're going to see a lot with DreamWorks is they do a lot of, hey, didn't Disney do that?
Mm-hmm. They've got the inside, not hack. Mm-hmm. English isn't working for me today.
Yeah.
Number 34, Spirit, Stallion of the Cimarron.
I think that's the first one. I've not seen any of the Spirits. I love the critic consensus. It may be too predictable and politically correct for adults. Well, it's a kids movie for one, so it shouldn't. Too predictable. Come on.
Yeah, you can't say any of these are too much for adults. It's a kid movie.
I'd say most. The whole point of animated like this sort of style of movie. Not all animated things are aimed at kids, but most things like this are aimed at kids. Like what you want, what I think makes an animated movie go from good to great is if it has jokes and stuff in there for the parents watching, and for the adults watching. You know, that's why I think Road to El Dorado is so good. You know, Road to El Dorado has a heavily implied sex scene in it.
Does it?
Yes. Yes.
So I would make the argument that if it is a Disney. Any Disney animated, Disney Pixar, or DreamWorks animation, it's going to be geared for kids and hope that they can hook adults.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Which is the whole point, right?
Yeah.
Because adults are going to watch the movie with the kid. You got to put a little bit something in there for the kid for the adults, you know. Okay.
33 is Kung Fu Panda 4. Have you seen any of the spin-offs?
I've seen all 4.
Have you? Any good?
I've seen all 4. Kung Fu Panda 4 is definitely the weakest. I mean, it's got the Curse of Awkwafina. Awkwafina is one of those actors who they're not bad, but you just look at them and go, "How did you get so many roles?" Yeah, you know?
I think she has become the comedic humor bit. They're gonna use her for the dumb character because I've noticed every bit that I've seen her in. She's in the live action Little Mermaid. Plays the seagull. Yep.
She's in Shang-Chi as well. She's one of the characters in Shang-Chi. But and of course like Crazy Rich Asians and stuff like that. But like I feel like she's the same vein as Chris Pratt Like, how does Chris Pratt keep getting so many movies?
Yeah.
You know,
Who was it that
not
said?
a bad actor, not a bad actor, but not good enough to get that many roles. You know.
I'll put it on screen. Somebody in the comment section said every time they hear somebody say Chris Pratt, they hear crisp rat. So now I'm never gonna unhear that. Number 32, The Croods. Never seen it.
That's a fun film.
Is it?
It's a fun film. It's a very fun film. I feel like that should be higher, if I'm being honest. That's the first one, except for Road to El Dorado, where I've been like, that's.
Wait,
that's
isn't Ice Age DreamWorks? No, Ice Age is.
It might be. No, it's not. No.
What is Ice
No,
Age?
yeah.
Universal.
Blue Sky.
Ooh.
Blue Sky. Oh, wow, I mean, they've been bought out now.
Okay, by Disney.
I think it's Disney, yeah.
The mouse is in the house.
Yeah. So Ice Age belongs to Disney now.
Let's say, because I've never heard of Blue Sky. Wait, you said it was Blue Sky?
Yeah, Blue Sky, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Ice Age is like the one thing that they're like famous for, I think.
I love Ice Age.
Ice Age is great. If Ice Age was DreamWorks, it'd be like top 5 for me.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. Second one, easily the best in my opinion.
Yeah.
But yeah, another
31
story.
is another Trolls movie, but I've
Trolls
not seen any of the Trolls movies.
So are they just trying to do like a band thing with it?
Yeah, it's like a musical sort of thing, yeah. There's a lot of singing in Trolls. 30, I will fight whichever reviewers made this list, because 30 is Megamind.
But it
Megamind is
regurgitates
great.
plot points from earlier animated efforts and isn't quite as funny as it should be. That's the critic consensus.
The critic consensus is it's not as funny as it should be. So and ask anybody who knows me, I dislike Will Ferrell. I dislike him. I really do. I don't like Will Ferrell in live action. Whenever it comes to voiceover work, he's amazing. And he's great in Megamind.
You don't
He's
like him in
great
Step
Megamind.
Brothers?
Not really, no. I just don't like his form of comedy. But his voice acting, I love it. I'll
make a hot take.
Megamind is too low. Go on, what's your hot
Will
take?
Ferrell is just child-friendly Seth Rogen.
I can kind of see it.
In the meantime,
it, yeah.
number 29 is Monsters vs. Aliens. Never seen it. Know of it.
Yeah, it's a bad movie.
Is it?
I don't know how that's got 73%. That's not a great movie.
It's because it's better than El Dorado.
And Megamind, apparently.
The Penguins movie is number 28.
It's funny. It is funny. In fact, I can see that being 28. I can absolutely see that being 28. It's not the best, but it is funny.
Okay.
I watched it, I think, like 2 Christmases ago. It was on while I was just like enjoying time with family and stuff, and we all ended up watching it because it caught our attention because it was really funny.
It's on in the background, and slowly, one by one, all the family members start sitting down.
One by one, we all started turning to the TV because it was funny.
Speaking of the new DreamWorks movie, there's Dogman, number 27.
Okay, it's got a 79% review. That's not bad. Yeah, it's Pete Davidson who's Dogman.
Really?
Yeah. It's supposed to be pretty good. But I don't know anything about it.
Number 26, Flushed Away.
Ooh, that's low. Like Flushed Away, if I was to make a top 10 list for DreamWorks, it would just miss out.
I have seen it once or twice. I remember bits and pieces about it, but I must have been watching other things at the time.
So it's Hugh Jackman, Kate Winslet, you know, like Bill Nye, like it's really good.
Bill Nye's in it?
I don't know if there's 2 Bill Nyes though, isn't there? There's Bill.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, it's not Bill Nye the Science Guy. It's
no,
Bill.
It's Bill Nye the British actor. Yeah,
Bill Nye the British guy.
Bill Nye. I mean, what would an American
You suck.
know him from? I mean, he's been in so much. He's in Hitchhikers. That might be I don't know.
I mean,
he's been in so much.
Oh, him.
He's
Okay.
been so much. You know him?
I recognize him. Oh, funnily enough, he's in The Wild Robot. We were just talking about that.
Yeah, there you go. It's really good. It's Aardman as well. I have a soft spot in my heart for Aardman. Aardman is Wallace and Gromit and Chicken Run.
I love Chicken Run.
Yeah.
So, the wife hates it. I'm like, come on, that is a classic.
There's a new Wallace and Gromit movie out, and I'm dying to see it. It's the return of Fingers McGraw.
I've
Feathers
never
McGraw.
gotten into Wallace
Feathers
and Gromit.
McGraw. Oh, it's funny, man. It's classic British comedy. That's lower than I thought it would be as well. 25 is Rise of the Guardians, which is DreamWorks' Christmas movie.
Okay, I've never watched it.
Imagine the Avengers, but they're all like holiday-based characters. So it's the Easter Bunny, it's the Tooth Fairy, it's Santa, it's Jack Frost. It's that kind of thing.
Okay, so it's the movie version of that episode of Fairly Odd Parents.
Yeah, kinda. The whole premise is that Jack Frost exists, but nobody celebrates him. He doesn't have a holiday or anything, so like he's considered one of the weakest of like the holiday people, because their power is based on how much people enjoy them and celebrate them and stuff.
Okay, how big the holiday is.
Yeah, so Santa's the biggest, right?
Okay, power scale.
Yeah. I think somebody is trying to steal Christmas and they're trying to stop it. Something like that.
Okay. Number 24 makes me mad. Over the Hedge.
No, I'd say that's about right for Over the Hedge.
No! Bad. Over the Hedge is hilarious.
It is. I wouldn't say it's top 10 or anything. I'd say if I was to bump that up, I'd put it to 20. Maybe 15 at the push.
15 would be the
funny,
highest that I would put it. Like, or I guess the lowest on the list that I would put it.
Because
for me,
really?
I love Over the Hedge. The amount...
It is funny.
That squirrel, man. I used to work with a guy that reminds me of Hammy. I want
Steve
my
Carell,
cookie.
isn't it? The squirrel's Steve Carell.
Believe so.
Yeah, Bruce Willis is the raccoon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, you'll be happy to hear that the original Trolls movie is considered better because it's number 23.
No interest in those movies. What was that? Sequel to the Croods movie at number 22?
Yeah,
New Age?
Sequel to the Croods the New Age. Not seen it. Interesting. I thought that would be higher. 21 is Madagascar 3, Europe's Most Wanted. Now,
So you thought it was good?
I thought it was great. It's my favourite Madagascar movie.
Okay.
You may not have seen it, but you'll have heard of Afro Circus. Is
that from...
Yeah.
I've always wondered where that meme was from, because I've heard that.
It's Marty, the zebra.
Yeah. Chris Rock. That's a Chris Rock
20
bit.
is a crime. 20 is a crime? That needs to be higher.
Does it? Never seen it. Know of it. Never seen it.
The Prince of Egypt has no right being as good as it is. It has absolutely no right being as good as it is. It's the story of Moses. Like, let my people go. Like, it has absolutely no right being that good. I don't know what they were smoking in DreamWorks when, for their second movie, I think, for their
1998.
movie,
Yeah.
for their second movie, I believe it was, they decided, hey, have you heard of this thing called the Bible? There's this thing, it's called the Old Testament. It's fire.
Wow.
Like, there's this dude, right? Moses, what a G.
Dude saves all of his buddies.
No cap. Like, it has no right being this good.
I don't know who's going to flame us harder, the Gen Zs or the Christians.
I know, it has no right being that good, but it's so freaking good. It's so good, man.
Is it? Okay.
I would genuinely this is, apart from Road to El Dorado, which you've said you haven't seen, this is the only other one so far I'm like, watch it.
Road to El Dorado is on my little Captain America list.
Yeah.
One of these days it's going to be us going over what's on that list.
Peabody and Sherman is 19. Okay.
I think
I'm not seeing
know
it, but I know
of it.
Peabody and Sherman.
Number 18, Kung Fu Panda 2. Haven't seen it.
That's disgustingly low. Kung Fu Panda 2 is the best Kung Fu Panda, and it's one of DreamWorks' best movies.
Is it?
Yeah,
I've only seen the first Kung Fu Panda, and oh man, I love the first Kung Fu Panda.
Kung Fu Panda 2 is better than Kung Fu Panda, without a shadow of a doubt. After that, it kind of drops, but Kung Fu Panda 2, like, if you've not seen Kung Fu Panda 2 and you liked Kung Fu Panda, watch Kung Fu Panda 2.
Okay.
It's amazing. The villain is better, the comedy is better, everything about it is better. Just my opinion.
Trying to see if I could read a quick synopsis on that. Number 17, Abominable. Never heard of it.
I've heard of it, I've not seen it. I've heard of it.
Or maybe I've seen 16, Puss in Boots. Is this the new one?
No, that's the first one.
Oh, okay.
I think Puss in Boots has had 2 or 3.
Okay.
But I no. Yeah. I'm pretty sure Puss in Boots has multiple films. Kung Fu Panda 3. Kung Fu Panda 3 is better than Kung Fu Panda 2. You shut your mouth. Kung Fu Panda
and
3
El Dorado,
is worse.
better than El Dorado.
Yeah, we ignore that one. Kung Fu Panda 3 is the worst of the trilogy, in my opinion. But again, you've not seen it, so I just think it's the worst of the 3. Captain Underpants is number 14. I didn't know they'd done Captain Underpants.
Neither did I. I thought that died out when I...
Do you know Captain Underpants?
Mm-hmm. I mean, the books were huge when I was in school. Yeah.
Oh, were they? Yeah. I think I was a little too old for it. I think I was a couple of years too old.
I mean, some of us were born in the most recent generation.
Right.
Don't worry, Grandpappy.
No, that's fair. Kung Fu Panda 1 is number 13, though. That's fine. I mean, I can see people preferring 1 over 2. I personally think 2 is the best, but I can see people preferring
As
1.
someone who hasn't seen 2, I'm okay with it being number 13. I think that's a good spot.
I'm okay with it being number 13, but I'm blown away at the idea that there's 12 that are better. Like, there being like 7 or 8 better is fine, but 12?
Number 12, The Bad Guys. I have no interest in watching that. Or there's another Bad Guy. Bad Guys 2, I believe, is just now coming out.
I think there's a Bad Guys 2. Yeah, it's coming out soon.
It's about them going good, but then having to go back to being bad.
Isn't The Bad Guys about them going good?
I think Bad Guys is their story of like their heist.
I thought that it was them wanting to be good.
New action comedy
I don't know.
based on... I don't know. Cracker
Joe. Okay, I've scrolled a little too far, and I've seen both 11 and 10, and I'm furious right now.
So, number 11 is Shrek, and no, that needs to be way higher. And number 10 also needs to be way higher. I would argue... So, Shrek 1 is iconic. I would argue Shrek 2 is the better.
Shrek 2 is the best Shrek. It's the best Shrek. Mm-hmm. It's one of the best movies that DreamWorks have ever put out. Shrek is like one of the best princess movies that exists.
And it's funny because it was such a gag. Like, it wasn't supposed to exist. Have you seen the original Shrek?
It's horrendous.
It's horrendous. Bad.
The original Shrek is horrendous. The fact that if DreamWorks staff were misbehaving, or like they did bad work, or they were being punished in some way, they were sent to work on Shrek.
They were Shreked.
They were Shreked. Mm-hmm. They got Shreked.
That was their punishment.
They were sent to work in the Shrek department for X amount of time because it was seen as such a horrible thing to work on.
Oh, man. And it turned out to be I would argue, their most iconic work.
Shrek is like the beginning of golden era DreamWorks.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's the beginning of golden era DreamWorks. DreamWorks was doing well, and then Shrek blew them up.
Yeah, because before Shrek, they did have, like, Chicken Run, and, like, obviously...
Well, they had Prince of Egypt, Road to El Dorado. They had... I think Road to El Dorado was before Shrek. They had loads of good ones, but
Shrek was in
Shrek
2000.
Absolutely blew up for them.
I believe. Yeah. But yeah, no, the fact that those two are so low, that's rough.
That's ridiculous. I don't know what 9 other things could be better than Shrek 2.
I wouldn't argue that the third How to Train Your Dragon is worth it. How to Train Your Dragon 3, number 9.
Yeah.
I've
not seen the third one. I've seen the first 2.
So without spoiling it, I don't like the ending. I don't like how they did it. I don't like the message it puts off.
Which do you prefer, How to Train Your Dragon 1 or 2?
2.
2.
Because
of the You're as Beautiful as the Day I Lost You?
No, I enjoy the exploration of the dragons, like the universe. I love when he. It's been out forever. There can't be really spoilers at this point, right?
Spoiler alert.
Yeah,
If you
spoiler
haven't
alert.
seen
When
it.
he finds his mom and he goes into like that underground or that ice world where he sees all the different dragon breeds and everything. The battle, the alpha, everything about How to Train Your Dragon 2, I think it's really good. Don't get me wrong, How to Train Your Dragon 1 is just sitting right underneath it, but 3 is
Yeah.
3 is really
that's
good,
fair.
and then it ends like trash, in my
That's
opinion.
fair. Yeah, that's fair. Number 8 does not deserve to be that high, but it's close to where I would put it. And
Okay.
I love the story of Ants. I'm going to hold on to that story for if/when we do our top 10, because I think that would make my top 10. And I want to tell that story, but not now.
Well, I know we touched on it a little bit when we did our
Yeah.
Pixar and we were talking about Bug's Life, but I didn't care for Ants.
That's fair. That's fair.
I never watched it all the way through. Number
What the hell is
7.
number 7?
Yeah, Orion in
never
the
heard
Dark.
of that.
Orion in the Dark.
Orion.
Ryan.
Orion in the Dark. I've never heard of that.
Makes sense if it was the constellation, but I mean, it looks universe. Yeah, no, never heard of it. Number
heard of it,
6,
no.
How to Train Your Dragon 2.
Fair enough. So they've included Wallace and Gromit in this because number 5 is Wallace and Gromit, The Curse of the Were-Rabbit,
Okay.
which is the only feature-length film that they've got. They've got films, but that's the only feature-length film
For Wallace and Gromit themselves.
for Wallace and Gromit, yeah.
Okay. Now, I don't know much about Wallace and Gromit. Are they characters from Chicken Run? Like, are they in?
No, they're the originals. So Aardman is a claymation studio
Okay.
where they started with like comedy sketches and stuff like that. They're a British-based group, I believe. I'm pretty sure, but they started with like straight-to-TV, like 30-minute to 1 hour long movies of like Wallace and Gromit, Grand Day Out, and The Wrong Trousers and stuff like that, which are all iconic British films. Like so many kids love them. Then they did I think their first feature-length film was Chicken Run.
Okay.
Which is, it's a different world. It's claymation and everything still, but it's different. I think that was their first feature-length film. And then they made the feature-length Wallace and Gromit, which is Curse of the Were-Rabbit.
Okay.
They're working on something with, I want to say Pokemon at the moment.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, they are. The Pokemon Company and Aardman are collaborating with a special project to be released in 2027.
Interesting.
Yeah. But Aardman have been around for a while. I guess DreamWorks just hold the publishing rights for them.
If they're working with Pokemon and they don't have a Ditto or a Muck just splat in claymation and...
A claymation Ditto, yeah.
Oh, that'd be so fun. Number 4, Puss in Boots, The Last Wish. Nope, never seen it. Wait, is that the...
So again, I've seen bits of it. It's the newest one.
Okay.
I've seen bits of it, but I've not seen all of it. So if I was to make my own list, I can't put that on the list because I've not seen it. But I've heard it's phenomenal. That's on my Captain America list.
Speaking of
I-
Chicken Run, there's number 3. Yeah, you were saying about Puss in Boots?
No, Puss in Boots is... I've got nothing else to say, but Chicken Run is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Chicken Run's amazing. They've created a second film, haven't they? Chicken Run 2 is being made.
It has, yes.
I don't know if it's come out yet.
I don't think so.
It's not on the list, and it's not going to be 2 or 1. So I guess... that's
So
come
I
out
think
yet.
I can easily say it's been over 20 years since I've watched Chicken Run.
Yeah, Chicken Run's old, man.
I've seen it a lot, but not recently at all.
Chicken Run's fantastic. The thing about claymation is it doesn't age because it's always claymation.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's the problem with a lot of like CGI movies and everything. They age horribly. Like
Yeah, look at the first Toy Story.
Look at the first Toy Story. But like they age horribly, whereas claymation can't really age. You know?
Yeah.
But okay, I'm interested to see 2 and 1.
Number 2,
Okay.
The Wild Robot. I've
The Wild
heard
Robot.
this is fantastic. I haven't watched it.
I've heard this phenomenal. Yeah, this is one that I'm really excited to see. I don't go to the cinema unfortunately at the moment because I've got a couple, like 5-6 month old son and like he's I can't leave him with anybody at the moment, and I can't go to the cinema, so I haven't been able to see movies for about a year and a half. I was bummed to miss this one. I was so upset to miss this one.
I've heard it
it's
is
phenomenal.
really good. Yeah. Let's see what the number one is that beat it.
It has to be, yeah.
How to Train Your Dragon.
Yeah, it had to be. That's the only thing left that I can think of.
Well, this is all 49 DreamWorks, so yeah, that's literally the last one.
Yeah, How to Train Your Dragon is the best one they've made. According to Rotten Tomatoes, it's the best one.
I wouldn't say that's the best.
I wouldn't say it's the best. It's very good.
It would make a list of mine if I did one, but
yeah, I mean, this is critics' reviews, so
it's true. They think El Dorado's trash, so we know where this is going.
They think El Dorado's trash, yeah. You know what? One thing that I will say, because I mean, anybody who's not seen How to Train Your Dragon, just watch it. It's great. Anybody who's seen it, you know why it's great.
Mm-hmm.
I love that for the live action, they've got Gerard Butler back as Stoic.
Yeah. So when I'm watching those previews, I think he fits the role so well.
Yeah, it's so unusual because like whenever you take like an animated thing and turn it into live action, they practically never have the same cast because the voice never matches the body, right? Because voice actors have like a wide range of voices they can do. Yeah. But Gerard Butler is stoic. He is stoic, and the fact that they've made him stoic in the live action, I'm just like,
yep,
perfect.
Honestly, I am super. It's one of the few live action makes that I am actually extremely excited. I will be there and I will watch it in theaters.
I will try my best to watch it in theaters. I don't know when it's coming out. I don't know
June.
If
pretty sure it's June.
Nah, unless I can somehow get a babysitter, I ain't seeing that in cinemas.
Yeah.
But I am very excited to see it. I'm very, very excited to see it.
I'm excited about that one. I'm curious for Lilo and Stitch. I'm curious.
Lilo and Stitch, they've done a very good job of hiding things that people are wanting to know. Have they announced who Nani's actress is yet? I've not seen anything about it.
I think the spoilers have come out of her actress.
Because there was a lot of issue with her, wasn't there?
Yeah, because let's face it, going back to millennial tastes in women,
wow,
people are curious about Nani.
Yeah, but they also tried to replace Cobra Bubbles with someone, and then the whole community just went no.
Flamed him like they did with the original Sonic?
Yeah, so they've got the original person who, like, there's a woman that they cast to be the social worker instead, and now they've got both of them, I think.
Well, they need to get Terry Crews in and put him as Bubbles, because I think that's the only person that could play Bubbles.
No, the original Stitch voice actor is being Stitch, though.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Don't have to worry about that. Could always put Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson as Bubbles. Make me never want to see that movie.
Keep him away.
I don't want that at all.
Yeah, they have announced Nani, yeah. Okay, interesting.
His older movies aren't bad, but the more modern he gets and the more he's in, I just can't stand him.
Yeah, The Rock could be a video in himself, let's put it that way.
But either way, that's all 49 DreamWorks films ranked by the Tomato Meter, which is obviously the most accurate ever. That's why El Dorado deserves its terrible score that it got. But
I'm not bitter, I promise.
Yeah, El Dorado should have been better. Toy Story 4 shouldn't exist. You know, the same complaints. But either way, what do you guys think? Let us know down below in the comments section if you haven't already. Make sure to hit the subscribe button, like the video, hang around for some more. If you want to chat it up, give us some other lists to talk about. If you want us to make our own top 10 DreamWorks films, we can do that too. But let us know over in the Discord, which is also down in the description. And until next time, bye.